New overnight, massive Russian strikes on Ukraine's capital.
Plus, the world continuing to mourn the Pope. The next steps in his funeral proceedings.
And continuing coverage of the NFL draft. Find out how to keep yourself safe from scams at Lambeau.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning. It's Thursday, Little Friday, Friday Eve, whatever you like to call it, Friday Junior. But yeah, just one more day till Friday, guys.
I can't believe we're that close to the weekend already.
Yes, already here. It's NFL, the start of the NFL draft.
Day one, let's go.
Yes, we've been hyping it up, and the hype is real. We got our team there in Green Bay, so looking forward to see what they come up with tonight.
And it's what an opportunity for Wisconsin to shine on the national spotlight and highlight everything that makes this state so wonderful, you know, and to impress all the visitors who are coming to Green Bay. Green Bay, I mean, you don't think Green Bay is like a city that would host something like that, but here we are, and draft
big deal.
all starts tonight. So we got some trivia for you this morning. How many years straight was the draft held in New York City? It was famously at Radio City Music Hall for all those years. So how long was that going on for? How many years? Anybody have a guess?
Oh boy.
I actually didn't know.
I go with 27.
I was going to say
27
36.
years.
I'm going to say 20.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Okay, the
I really
answer
don't.
is 50 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did that for quite a while. Green Bay is only the 9th city ever to host the draft since it left the Big Apple.
50 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. Savannah, do you see that right there?
It's
I put that in there for you.
Chicago
The
skyline.
Bears.
Yeah, we're talking about the draft.
Soldier
It's not
Field.
all about the Packers today.
I like it.
There you go.
Good job, good job.
Whatever.
Yes, I mean, I guess that's a highlight for her. That's a highlight.
I think I'm the only Bears fan here.
You are.
That's okay. That's okay.
It's all right, but here's Lambeau Field. So we got, Soldier Field, now Lambeau Field and the Green Bay Packers. We are forecasting some showers this morning. I think spotty at best up there and here, but then the best chance is going to be tomorrow, so make sure you have that rain jacket handy. Friday morning into the early afternoon, both for Green Bay and Madison. That's in the forecast. Saturday definitely by far looks like the best day. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 50s. We'll see some sunshine. Today will be okay too. Some sunshine expected later in the day. I just think there'll be more sunshine and less humidity to deal with on Saturday. Showers are up near Wisconsin Dells, Lone Rock, Prairie du Chien areas early this morning, but like I said, after mid to late morning, everyone else is going to be dry. Looks like a pretty good day and very mild. 71 is our forecast high. We've got some severe weather in the forecast to talk about next Monday and Tuesday. Those are your alert days. We'll have more on that coming up.
All right, we'll talk to you then. Savannah, thank you.
Let's take a live look at Lambeau Field this morning. In a few hours, thousands of people will flock to Titletown for the draft experience. The 3-day event is free and will feature several activities and, of course, lots of football.
How does the draft work? Well, it's the NFL's premier offseason spectacle. Tennessee Titans have the first overall pick tonight. That'll kick off a selection process where 257 college players will be chosen by teams over 7 rounds. The Packers hold 8 picks in the draft overall. They'll pick 23rd tonight.
And all this, and we're only going into the first day of the draft.
So News 3 Now's Zach Hanley has an analysis on who might the Packers select with that first pick.
It's been a long time since the Packers drafted a receiver in the first round. You have to go all the way back to 2002 when they picked up Javon Walker in the first round. And historically, that's something that this franchise doesn't do. But that could change this year. They're high on Arizona wideout Teteroa McMillan, and he was giving back on Wednesday morning along with fellow receiver from Texas, Matthew Golden. And the thought of being a Packer as the 23rd overall pick has both of them all smiles.
I feel like home, like I said, man. I feel like I'm back at home. The city, the organization, just the people out here in general, I feel like it's a good place to be. Somewhere I can see myself, Any organization that's getting me, though, you're getting a competitor, you're getting a dog. So just knowing that I got the opportunity to come here, man, it means a lot to me.
If I was fortunate enough to come over here, whether they trade up or if I drop to them, it's a blessing, and it shows that, they believe in the person I am and the talents I have on the field, and, it's a huge blessing. And like I said, if I'm fortunate enough to come over here, I know that I'm going to be in good hands for sure.
Now, guessing who the Packers will pick correctly later tonight in the first round is kind of like finding a needle in a haystack. Just impossible. But I'm pretty sure QB Jordan Love would love throwing to either one of those guys because they were absolute beasts in college. Now, guessing who the Packers will pick correctly later tonight in the first round is kind of like finding a needle in a haystack. Just impossible. But I'm pretty sure QB Jordan Love would love throwing to either one of those guys because they were absolute beasts in college. Outside Lambeau Field, Zach Hanley, News 3 Sports.
And if you're headed out to the draft, we have some scams to be aware of.
Our consumer reporter, Michelle Renee Quinn, is here with what to avoid. Michelle Renee, what can you tell us?
Good morning. As you're heading out, you'll want to be aware of transit scams. Now, scammers could try to target visitors through fake shuttle passes, QR codes for parking, and bogus parking attendants. Officials urge fans to use trusted sources like greenbay.com/draft25 or the NFL One Pass app to avoid scams. Green Bay Metro is offering free shuttles from downtown, and there will be designated zones for rideshare services like Lyft and Uber. If you're staying in Brown County, you can also utilize the free Brown County Tavern Shuttle. And don't forget, Wisconsin does not have toll roads, so unpaid toll messages are definitely a scam. You'll want to ignore and report that text.
Yes, lots of scams to look out for, especially with so many people flocking to Green Bay today.
And people try to be taking advantage. Thanks for the heads up, Michelle Renee.
Absolutely.
Remember, News 3 Now is your home for draft coverage. You can watch News 3 Now special team coverage of the NFL draft through the rest of this week. Join our Eric Franke, Jason Wilde, sports director Zach Hanley, and sports reporter Andrew Banstra as we cover the sights, sounds of the draft.
Well, the Vatican says nearly 20,000 mourners have paid their respects to Pope Francis. It prompted officials there to extend public viewing hours well into last night. The pontiff's body is lying in state at St. Peter's Basilica until his funeral Saturday. 170 dignitaries and heads of state are expected to attend.
Ukrainian officials say an overnight Russian strike in Kyiv killed 9 people and injured more than 70. 6 children were reported to be among the injured in the strike. Rescue teams were operating at 13 sites in the capital with climbing specialists and sniffer dogs. An air raid alert had been in effect for 6 hours. Russia has not commented. The attack happened hours after President Donald Trump said that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky was prolonging the killing field for refusing to surrender the Russian-controlled Crimea Peninsula.
Well, the latest on the economy now. President Trump considering lowering tariffs on Chinese goods, and new overnight, China is demanding that the U.S. remove all tariffs on China. Markets, well, depends on where you're looking. Asian markets ended down overnight, mixed overnight. European markets are down this morning, and Wall Street this morning, things are starting to level out a little bit.
All right. Thanks, Chris. And President Donald Trump's recent approval rating dropped to 40%. A new Pew Research Center survey says President Trump's approval rating is down 7% from February. Views of President Trump's performance is starkly divided along party lines, with 93% of Democrats disapproving his actions, while 75% of Republicans approve. Pew released the study as the president nears the end of his first 100 days.
This coming Wednesday will mark 100 days since President Donald Trump took office for a second term. This afternoon on the UW-Madison campus, guest speakers will share how this presidency has shaped the country. It's an event called The Fragility and Performance of Democracy in the U.S., organized by the Elections Research Center. We spoke with the director of the center, Barry Burden.
This event was designed before we knew who won the presidential election, so it's really a chance to take the temperature of the country at the 100-day mark. This president is so different from others that it seems like there's an extra reason to be doing that now.
The event's at the Fluno Center this afternoon. It starts at 1:15. You can reserve a spot by going to elections.wisc.edu.
The U.S. Department of Education will begin collecting defaulted student loan debt on May 5th. The action marks the end of a pause on collections that began March 2020. More than 700,000 Wisconsinites have student loan debt in their name, but you won't have to worry about a defaulted balance if you've kept up with your debt. But if you aren't sure if you're up to date, it might be time to check. Many graduates find it difficult to pay student debt because the process is so complex. Others are struggling financially.
It does make me a little bit nervous. I'm like one missed paycheck away from some bad stuff happening financially, so fingers crossed.
Part of me is just kind of hoping that they'll, just keep dragging it out for years and years in the courts until it gets to the point where I get like 20-year forgiveness or I die.
The Wisconsin Coalition on Student Debt offers a confidential helpline to help you navigate student debt. You can find more information at debtsmarts.org.
A woman charged in an Illinois stabbing is in custody after being arrested in Dodgeville. Natalie Juergensmeyer faces several charges with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and domestic battery causing bodily harm. Police say that she stabbed a man at a Days Inn hotel in Cherry Valley, Illinois last week. Officers found a man at the Days Inn with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say he refused treatment and didn't want to go to the hospital. The Iowa County Sheriff's Office says that they got a tip that Jurgismeyer was in the county. She is being held in Iowa County pending extradition proceedings.
Right now, Sun Prairie's new police chief, Kevin Warwick, is finishing his last days in Green Bay. Nearly a week ago, Sun Prairie chose him after a large turnout at a March public forum. Warwick has worked for the Green Bay Police Department for over 20 years. He says his experience has prepared him to be a chief.
I've done a lot of work in the community, especially, just giving the community a voice. I think that's important, and that's what I'm going to bring to the city of Sun Prairie. Whether that's just having community meetings, meeting people where they're at, making sure that people are heard. I think that's where the police legitimacy comes into every community. People want to see actions.
The swearing-in ceremony is scheduled for May 12th. Warwick says he is excited to call Sun Prairie his new home.
Wisconsin preparing for National Drug Take-Back Day this Saturday. The biennial event allows you to safely dispose of unused and unwanted prescriptions. Wisconsin's take back both prescription and over-the-counter medications, as well as other items listed on your screen. More than 170 events are happening this weekend. You can find a location near you, as additional information is available at dhs.wisconsin.gov.
Coming up this weekend, it's time for Badgers to strap on their sneakers. Saturday marks the return of the annual Crazy Legs Classic Race. The event features an 8K run or wheelchair race or a 2-mile walk. There will be a few road closures downtown beginning at 9:50 a.m. for you to be aware of. Madison Metro Route C and 80 will be detoured throughout the event. The race is scheduled to end by noon, so the roads will reopen as the final runners pass through each section. Lots going on downtown this weekend.
Yeah, they're going to have some pretty nice weather. I mean, we got a break in the rain and the storms, and Saturday and Sunday looking pretty nice.
Yes, it is. Savannah?
Yeah, guys, the weekend looks great. We've just got some heavier showers to track into Friday, and then some alert days to talk about. All those details coming up.
And we're working for the weekend in the 608 this morning. I'll have your 3 things to do coming up.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Thursday morning, that means we are working for the weekend in the 608.
Josh Fighter in studio this morning with his weekend planner. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. It is the last weekend of April, and we're going to make the most of it. I'm looking at 3 things for you to do this weekend in the 608. We start in southwest Wisconsin, where the 2025 Wisconsin Grilled Cheese Championship returns. Doors open Saturday morning at 10:45 at Lee Memorial Pavilion at Harris Park in Dodgeville. Contestants from all across the state and country will be competing for Best in Show. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor. You can find more information on our website. Also happening Saturday, the Middleton Cross Plains Area School District is honoring their beloved custodian, Mr. Peanuts, with a special 60th anniversary concert. This is happening at Middleton High School Performing Arts Center from 1 to 5. There's a suggested donation of $25 per ticket, with proceeds supporting music programs at Park Elementary and grants for the district's Education Foundation. If you haven't already done so, take a few minutes to check out my story on Mr. Peanuts in the 608 on channel3000.com. Then on Sunday, don't miss the Spiritual and Wellness Expo at Garver Female. This free event running from 10 to 4 is a great way to explore and discover new ways to support your mind, body, and spiritual wellness. There will be a variety of vendors offering readings, products, and services, along with presentations, demonstrations, and workshops. You can find more ideas this weekend in the 608 by going to channel3000.com. Last weekend of April, there's a lot going on. And you guys talked about Crazy Legs. We got Farmers Market. It's going to be like, got to jam pack it all in. And we always do.
Yes.
And the weather's going to be good finally. Like, the temperatures are getting up there. It's like, oh, this is what we've been waiting many, many months for.
That's something you can rejoice about.
Big time.
Because I've been waiting.
Yes.
Been waiting.
You're like coming out of your shell.
So patiently,
right?
too.
Yeah, yeah. Lots of patience over here.
Nobody knows how much you hate winter, right?
Until it's prolonged
Never
into
talk
April.
about it.
Never talk about
Never
it.
ever talk about it.
Yes. All right, lots to do. Josh, thank you.
You bet.
Josh is always looking for inspirational stories to share. You got an idea for him to feature in the 608, reach out and let him know about it.
Well, let's check in with Savannah, who's tracking what you need to know as you head out the door. What you got?
Yeah, guys, good morning. We're tracking a few spotty showers, not across Madison or Dane County, but Prairie du Chien, Viroqua, Lone Rock, up near Camp Douglas and the Dells/the Baraboo area. Those are dealing with some spotty showers. It's not going to be widespread. Once we get to later this evening and more specifically tonight into early tomorrow, that's when we're going to be dealing with pretty pretty widespread showers. Got a lot of cloud cover out there right now. It's not going to be featured all day long. We'll see the sunshine this afternoon, and temperatures actually climb once again into the lower 70s. I think southwest of Madison, out near Boscobel, Lone Rock, Prairie du Chien, and Monroe, those places could even reach the mid-70s. That's after we get through the morning, though. Some sunshine you can see expected for Madison and especially southeastward. And then we've got cloud cover that moves back in this evening into tonight and some spotty showers. I think that'll be more widespread kind of out in Iowa and then Minnesota, maybe up near La Crosse later this afternoon. But then those are going to break up potentially. Might see a few stray showers this afternoon. It would not last long and not be heavy, but that is a different story overnight. This is 10:30 north and west of Madison. It'll increase in coverage, though, then as we head for daybreak tomorrow morning and continue even into the late morning early afternoon. After that, we see that move out. Temperatures are going to fall and cloud cover finally decreases. But look at what we're going to wake up with Saturday morning. The 30s return briefly, so it will be a cool start on Saturday morning. But then luckily temperatures are going to rebound close to 60 and then the upper 60s for Sunday. That's ahead of the severe weather that we're tracking. Your 2 alert days for southern Wisconsin, Monday and Tuesday, but we're really hitting at and have been all week long Monday next week. They've continued to upgrade the Storm Prediction Center. This is 5 days out now for Monday. The city of Madison, Milwaukee, Green Bay, Rhinelander, and most of the state of Wisconsin is included in a 15% chance. Don't want to undermine that. 15% chance when you're 5 days out is very high confidence that we see severe weather. The orange color, though, that'll be for La Crosse, Prairie du Chien, Platteville areas. That's where the best chance of severe weather is going to be. That's even heightened a 30% chance. I think the storms may weaken some as they do enter southern Wisconsin, farther into southern Wisconsin, eastward, but I still think there's a good chance that they hold their strength where all modes of severe weather are going to remain possible on Monday. With the cold front, though, trailing, I think our best chance of severe weather Tuesday is going to be southeast of here, but we're leaving the alert day just in case that does slow down at all, because then that would bring the chance up into southern Wisconsin as well. After that, we're much drier and the 60s return.
All right, so things warming up for us. Savannah, thank you so much. Well, tickets go on sale tomorrow morning at 10 for the Seltzer and Cider Fest in July. It's the 5th year of the event. The event allows participants to explore local and national hard seltzers and ciders. You'll also be able to check out teas and canned cocktails. The festival is Saturday, July 26th. It will be hosted at Historic Breeze Stevens Field. General admission opens at 5.
Coming up next, a surprise for a Wisconsin teacher.
And coming up in our next half hour, a challenge to Wisconsin's 1849 abortion ban.
And before we head to break, a look at gas prices. We're back after this.
Welcome back. This photo from Finbar says gorgeous rainbow in East Madison. Lovely photo here.
Look at that.
Super vibrant.
Yes, gotta love it. Keep sending in those photos. Hashtag MyNews3Morning.
Hey, well, got a fun story here. It's a surprise for a Wisconsin teacher. We love our teachers here on News 3 Now this morning. Take a look at this. Everybody packed into the gym of an elementary school in Altoona up there in the Chippewa Valley to recognize Elena Deenan. She wasn't expecting the Brewers Racing Sausages to show up. The team is honoring her with the Grand Slam Teacher Award. She says their goal every day is to make students feel loved and valued no matter what their life's like outside of school.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's me walking through every door. Right there.
I was like, wow, they really had to put some effort in to get through those doorways. Yes, congratulations to her. Okay, so you guys know now that Easter is behind us, the candy at the store goes on sale for at least, 50% off. Yes. So, I had to pick up the beloved Peeps. So I got a flavor for you guys to try. It's not the original. I know there are some, I'm not a Peeps fan. I'm not sure about you guys.
This is like my least favorite food.
Yeah,
yes.
Literally.
And you have to try to guess the flavor.
It's pink
Is there
with
chocolate on it too?
Oh.
Yeah, it's pink with like blue speckles.
Yes.
Here I go.
So it smells
like Pepto-Bismol flavor.
Oh, don't say
that. What this is?
I think that tastes good compared to what this is probably going to taste.
Okay.
It tastes like the original to me.
You guys got to taste really hard. Get really into the flavor.
It's cotton candy.
Yes. Do you guys taste it though?
I had to really think about
It's not horrible.
Yes, we have the cotton candy
It's
peeps
just a
here.
marshmallowy texture that I don't like.
I just don't understand the hype of Peeps. Like, I think it's like one
I'd rather
either
have
love
the
it or hate
chocolate.
it.
Well, it's nostalgic.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
It
for
is.
me,
Reminds me
yeah,
of my
like
Easter
it's what
baskets.
I think they got it though.
the
Yeah.
Easter Bunny used to put in my basket when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
not
that-
overpowering cotton candy.
I feel
Fake
like these
grass.
are actually fresh. Whatever I've had in the past, it's like hard
Stale.
as a rock. It's like I could get a
They're
concussion if
squishy.
I got that thrown at me.
Yeah, this says June 2025, so I think
Oh,
we're in
there
good
you
shape
go,
right
there
there. Yeah, so I had to bring these in, see if you guys could guess the but it looks like they did a pretty good job.
That's not
When you
bad.
said think about it, I was really thinking about it, and that's when I was like, oh, that's exactly what it is.
Candy.
All right.
Yeah, we'll have a look at the severe weather we could see next week coming up.
Today, the NFL draft begins. We're bringing the fan experience to you.
Plus, the latest on the trade war, how states are responding to the president's policy.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning on a special Thursday. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie Unley. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. We are kicking off the first day of the NFL draft.
The football gods are smiling on us this morning because we accidentally wore green and gold.
Yes, we
How
coordinated
lucky is
well.
that? Yeah.
Yes. You know, representing the Packers, rare opportunity for me. I know you're a
I know,
Packers
you're a Chiefs
guy.
fan.
Yes, Chiefs fans. We got a Bears fan standing outdoors for us this
We're
morning.
well represented. We're well represented. All right, let's check in with Savannah Brito, who is out on the patio this morning. If we were talking about so many different rain chances this week, if anybody's headed to Green Bay for the start of the draft today, what should they expect?
Yeah, I do think we're going to be dealing with showers up in Green Bay and across the Madison area. There's a better chance of more widespread showers later in the day, so I think today not bad as a whole. We're looking at a pretty mild day both here and up in Green Bay. Specifically for Green Bay, 60 degrees. I think temperatures could even reach the lower 60s, 62, 63. But then we'll have consistent rain that moves in Friday morning. That'll take us into Friday late morning, early afternoon. So Friday looking like the worst day, day 2 of the draft. And then for Saturday, a high near 60 and lots of sunshine that's expected up there and near here. The radar, though, no showers right now up in Green Bay, but we are seeing a couple: Lone Rock, Wisconsin, Dells, Camp Douglas, and Viroqua. And we've got 2 alert days in the forecast. We'll have more on that and the severe weather that we could see coming up.
Talk to you then. Let's take a live look at Lambeau Field now. In a few hours, tens of thousands of people are going to flock to Titletown for the NFL draft experience.
The 3-day event is free and will feature several activities and, of course, lots of football. Titletown has transformed to welcome football fans of all ages from all over.
Let's go! Good. Yeah! Yeah!
Some excited kiddos there. They got to train and play with football, prospective draftees, but there's so much more to the draft experience.
How about this? Can't think of a better way to experience Wisconsin than a Packers-themed bar. The bar includes games like pull tabs, a lottery-type ticket to win a prize, a shake of the day, that's a roll of the dice to win a prize. Senior Director of NFL Events says that while Green Bay is the smallest city to ever host the draft, Wisconsin's culture is really the highlight of the week.
We always have the local host club do their own activation and footprint, and they did a great job. It's a beautiful representation about dive bars in the state of Wisconsin.
Love it. She says there are also some photo opportunities, exhibits, food, and merch. This morning, our consumer reporter, Michelle Renee Quinn, is talking about some other draft activities going on in the Green Bay area. What do you have for us, Michelle Renee?
Good morning. Green Bay is prepared with activities and attractions for everyone. Take a look at this map. This is where the Titletown district is, but the parking garage is over here, like I mentioned. There are activities on both sides of Fox River. There's going to be quite a few things happening right over here, and then south of the Titletown district, there are several activities, including the pre and post game. So starting early at 8 a.m. today and every day of the draft, you can attend the draft pre-party at Stadium View. This is a free event with live music, food, and drinks. For our history buffs out there, the NFL has planned multiple tours. That includes live Packers Heritage Trail Segway Tour and a walk through Green Bay's story. At 1 p.m., you can meet and greet former Packers Tony Moll, Jason Spitz, and Darren College, all drafted in 2006 and Super Bowl 45 champions. They'll be at a bottle signing event at 3 Fat Guys Winery this afternoon. And of course, there will be a post party every day of the draft as well. Along with the pre and post parties on Friday, you can head to the back lot of the Children's Museum of Green Bay for a future season ticket holder tailgate. This family-friendly event encourages you to bring your tailgating supplies and get in the spirit. They'll have plenty of kids' activities and a kids' health and wellness combine. At 10 a.m., enjoy live polka band performances, soup and dessert at the Booyah Battle Kringle Combine, or stop by the food trucks for a bite to eat and a cold beer. And tomorrow night, for the grown-ups, you can attend an unfiltered, uncensored improv show for $15 at Comedy City Theater. Now, that theater is just 10 minutes south of Titletown. You can find the full list of events on NFL.com, and tune in tomorrow. I'll have Saturday's draft festivities for you.
Michelle Renee, thank you. Breaking it all down, something for everyone out there. Remember, News 3 Now is your home for draft coverage. Join News 3 Now's Eric Franke, Jason Wilde, sports director Zach Hanley, and sports reporter Andrew Banstra as we cover the sights, sounds, and strategy leading up to the first round tonight at 7.
Well, in other football news this morning, Pro Football Hall of Famer and Bears legend Steve McMichael has passed away. It comes after a long battle with ALS. He was 67 years old. McMichael was a key member of Chicago's legendary 46 defense that spearheaded the Bears' first and only Super Bowl title. He was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame last year. New overnight, a man in custody this morning after reports that he assaulted multiple people on State Street. Police responded to the 500 block around 8:50 last night. The man ran off, but police eventually caught up to him. He's in the Dane County Jail this morning facing multiple charges. Anyone with information should contact Madison Police.
A group of 12 states is suing the Trump administration over the president's tariffs. Trump claims he can impose tariffs single-handedly due to the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. It gives the president authority to respond to unusual and extraordinary threats. The lawsuit argues his use of that law is an overreach and notes the Constitution gives Congress the power to collect taxes and duties. Meanwhile, Trump says negotiations during his 90-day pause on so-called reciprocal tariffs might not last 90 days.
Over the next 2-3 weeks, we'll be setting the number.
This could potentially include China, but new overnight, China holding firm on its position that they want the tariffs gone completely.
All right, let's see how the markets are reacting to all of this. Stock markets on Wall Street have essentially leveled off this morning in overnight trading. Dow is down 162 points. Asian markets ended mixed. European markets are down this morning before the opening bell here in New York at 8:30 this morning.
In state capitol news now, Wisconsin Democrats are challenging Wisconsin's 1849 abortion ban with a new bill. It's called the Abortion Rights Restoration Act. The legislation would expand abortion access, allow telehealth medication abortion, and permit healthcare professionals like nurse practitioners to provide care. Supporters say this bill would clarify roles of healthcare professionals and protect them against prosecution.
This bill is about protecting a person's ability to decide for herself what kind of reproductive health care is needed. This bill is about protecting healthcare professionals from criminal punishments for providing patient-centered and medically indicated health care for their patients. Politicians get to decide.
The bill is a direct response to the Supreme Court's Dobbs decision. This eliminated federal abortion protections and left reproductive rights to individual states.
Well, the U.S. Army has suspended Fort McCoy's commander. In a statement on the base's website, the Army says Colonel Shayla Baez Ramirez has been suspended, not related to any misconduct, and that the matter is under review. It comes after the DOD posted images showing the base's portraits of President Trump and Secretary of Defense Hegseth turned to face the wall.
Dane County officials are looking at the aging infrastructure of the Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Officials say Madison is missing out on events because of the current quality of the space. They say the Coliseum doesn't have the space to support modern acts. Many tours want to rig up about 50,000 pounds of equipment, but the Coliseum can only support about half of that. Dane County Executive Melissa Agard plans to put in a request for proposals for a public-private partnership to update the space.
Increases sales tax because people are buying tickets. If they come here, they're likely buying food and beverage. Some people may be traveling and they're going to eat at restaurants and stay at our hotels.
Agard says she wants to hear what the public wants to see go into the renovation. She says if the request for proposal is issued, they hope to start renovating next year.
Looking to spend your summer in nature? How about getting paid while you're out there? Today, MSCR and Madison Parks are hosting a hiring fair. They're looking for some seasonal staff for things like aquatics, golf, maintenance, conservation, and more. You'll be able to explore all the jobs they have to offer today, talk to current staff, and apply and even interview on site. The minimum employment age is 15, but if you're 14 now, but you'll be 15 by the start of your employment, you're still encouraged to apply. The fair takes place this evening from 4 to 8. It's at the Parks Lakeside offices in Madison.
You now have a chance to catch some summertime sun before the rest of Wisconsin. Dane County Regional Airport is bringing back nonstop seasonal flights to Los Angeles. Breeze Airways will fly to LAX twice a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays. The flights will run May 21st through August 30th. Officials say LA is one of the airport's most popular destinations. Dane County Regional now has 17 nonstop destinations.
All right, there you go.
Yes.
You want to get away to Los Angeles, to sunny California? There's your chance.
You got a couple of options. You know, it's a little off Wednesday, Saturday, so I guess you have to plan around that. But yeah, you know, at least it's an option now. Gotta love it. Savannah, let's check in. What's coming up?
Well, guys, we're tracking a mild day, but we do have some spotty showers to talk about, and then severe weather that's in the long-term forecast. We'll show that coming up.
And we're working for the weekend in the 608 this morning. I'll have your 3 things to do just ahead.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Hi, we're the Hollands.
We're at Governor Dodge State Park.
Savannah, plan our day.
Well, good morning to the Hollands. If you're planning on heading out to Governor Dodge State Park, we are going to see mild temperatures. It'll be a better day later because we do have some showers not there or for Madison, all of those directly west of the area, kind of near Lone Rock. That's where they've been lingering this morning. But later in the day, temperatures will warm. I still think it'll be a little humid with dew points that won't be sitting far behind our temperatures. That's the case this morning, and we'll reach the lower 70s later. Here's the showers that I was talking about: Lone Rock, Wisconsin, Dells, Camp Douglas, Viroqua, all east of Prairie du Chien, still west of Platteville and northwest of the Platteville area. A couple pockets of heavy rain. We're not anticipating any storms, though. Later in the day, overnight into early Friday, is when our best chance of widespread rain is going to return all across southern Wisconsin. We'll see the 70s later, maybe Monroe, Mineral Point, Platteville, even reaching closer to 80 in the mid to even upper 70s. That's where longer sunshine, and that going to last a little bit as a widespread portion of the day compared to Madison. Areas southeast also going to see sunshine, but clouds linger there later into the morning, which is why we won't warm up that much. And then clouds expand all across the area. Showers north and west of Madison. This is later this evening into tonight, and by daybreak tomorrow, we'll have pretty widespread rain in the forecast. No storms are expected, but this is going to affect the morning, even into the early afternoon before we see temperatures fall, clouds move out, and the rain all clear the area. This is what we're going to wake up to on Saturday. I think we'll still be dealing with a little bit of cloud cover, winds out of the north, but temps, look at them. They're going to fall into the lower to mid 30s, so it'll be kind of a cool start on Saturday. As a whole, this weekend's looking good, though, and mostly dry. We could see a few evening showers by Sunday. That's all after or ahead of the severe weather that we're tracking. Strong to severe storms in the forecast for southern Wisconsin. Monday and Tuesday, the greatest chance of severe weather across southern Wisconsin will be on Monday. The Storm Prediction Center continuing to increase this risk. That's a 15% chance. I don't want to diminish that. 15% chance when you're still this far out is high confidence that we see severe weather. Although areas like La Crosse, Platteville, and also Prairie du Chien have the best chance, I think the storms could be weakening as they travel further into southern Wisconsin. But nonetheless, we're going to see severe weather very likely on Monday. This is the outlook for Tuesday. They have pushed this a little bit further to the southeast, Chicago, and then also southeast of even that area. I do think we could see some lingering severe weather into Tuesday, keeping the alert day for that day as well, just because the cold front really depending on that, and we could see that linger a little bit and trail, which would leave that chance across southern Wisconsin into Tuesday. After that, we're cooling down, but the 60s look good. At least no severe weather after that.
Yes, things clearing up for us. Hopefully we can finally get to enjoy the temperatures in peace.
Exactly, without the storms or even rain.
Exactly, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Me too.
Savannah, thank you.
Hey, I had a great Plan My Day video today. Why don't you make one? Say your name, where you're at, and then send it to us through the Facebook Messenger. Is that what they call it? Is that what the kids call it these days?
Yes,
the Facebook Messengers. How old did I just sound right there?
App.
Send us a DM.
Yeah, send us a DM. That's good.
I'm going to stop there. Find a way to do it and then send it to us. We'll find a way to put it on the air.
Yes, we will. We will find a way.
Somebody smarter than I am.
Well, it's Thursday morning, which means we're working for the weekend in the 608 this morning.
Oh, nice little treat there. Mm-hmm. Josh Sprider is here with what's going on. Hey, busy weekend. We have beautiful weather, Josh.
Hey, you know, this is the last weekend of April. We're going to make the most of it, and I'm looking at 3 things for you to do this weekend in the 608. We start in Southwest Wisconsin, where the 2025 Wisconsin Grilled Cheese Championship returns. Doors open Saturday morning at 10:45 at Lee Memorial Pavilion at Harris Park in Dodgeville. Contestants from all across the state and country will be competing for Best in Show. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor. You can find more information on our website. Also happening Saturday, the Middleton Cross Plains Area School District is honoring their beloved custodian, Mr. Peanuts, with a special 60th anniversary concert. This is happening at the Middleton High School Performing Arts Center from 1 to 5. There is a suggested donation of $25 a ticket, with proceeds supporting music programs at Park Elementary and grants from the district's Education Foundation. If you haven't already done so, take a few moments to watch my story on Mr. Peanuts in the 608 on channel3000.com. He's a heck of a guy. Then on Sunday, don't miss the Spiritual and Wellness Expo at Garver Feed Mill. This is a free event running from 10 to 4. It's a great way to explore and discover new ways to support your mind, body, and spiritual wellness. There's a variety of vendors offering readings, products, and services, along with presentations, demonstrations, and workshops. You can find more ideas this weekend in the 608 over on channel3000.com. It is going to be a busy one, and I think folks are like starting to kind of crawl out from under their shell, including you, because you wait all year long to get temperatures in the 60s, 70s, where you can be outside and actually enjoy it.
Yes.
And this weekend looks like it's going to be that one.
Yeah, sadly, I've still been out and about in any type of weather, but now I'm looking forward to being out there in it.
You're going to be doing it with a smile versus,
exactly, maybe a little straight face.
Hey, maybe take the fam down to the Mifflin Street Block Party.
Oh, that sounds like a great place for a family with a 2- and 4-year-old. Sounds like a great time.
I don't think that's a sanctioned family-friendly event.
No.
When I first moved to Madison, I lived downtown, and I lived a block away from that. And I remember I was like taking a nap on Saturday afternoon, like, what is that noise? And then I figured it out.
Oh, well,
all of a sudden the world is at your doorstep.
I was fresh to Madison at that point. I literally had just moved here.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that'll be a sight to see if you are in the area. But yeah, I will not be down in that area.
Try to avoid Mifflin Street if you can this weekend.
Yes, let them do their thing. But I won't be there.
All right.
Past that point.
Josh, good stuff. Thanks, buddy. Got an idea for Josh and in the 608? He'd love to hear from you. Reach out and let him know about it. Well, history in the making. The state's new History Center is now officially under construction. Historical Society breaking ground yesterday. It's right where the former State Historical Museum was. Historical Society leaders say state lawmakers reminding folks what they intend to create here.
People walk out of the History Center doors after it's built. They'll do so with a new sense of who we are and who they are.
The center's hands-on and immersive experiences will spark curiosity and pride in every corner of the state.
Yeah, check out the renderings here. It's going to be 5 stories right on the Capitol Square. The center will feature more than 100,000 square feet of space for galleries, events, and parking.
Yes, this is a long-awaited project. Excited to see how it turns out. Well, coming up in the morning, Sprint, a breakthrough and why there is an increase in colon cancer in young people.
Got a little kiddo turning 3 soon? Send us a picture. We'll show it on TV. Sprint's next. .653, time for the morning sprint.
You're taking a live look at the NFL draft stage in Green Bay. Take a looky there. In a few hours, thousands of people will flock to Titletown for the NFL draft experience. Remember, News 3 Now is your home for draft coverage. You can join Eric Franke, Jason Wilde, sports director Zach Hanley, and sports reporter Andrew Banstra as we cover the sights, sounds, and strategy leading up to the first round tonight at 7.
New overnight, a man's in custody after reports he assaulted several people on State Street. Police responding to the 500 block at around 8:50 last night. The man ran off from police. Officers eventually found him, though. He's now in the Dane County Jail awaiting multiple charges. Anyone with information should contact Madison Police.
12 states are suing the Trump administration in the U.S. Court of International Trade to block tariffs. They claim they are unlawful and have brought chaos to the American economy. The lawsuit is separate from the one filed by California last week. It comes as executives from Walmart and Target privately warned the president that his tariffs could lead to empty store shelves in the coming weeks.
Well, President Trump changing his stance on tariffs against China, insisting he wants to make a, quote, fair deal. New overnight, though, China holding firm on its position that they want the tariffs gone completely. Dow futures were up overnight, but are now trading 231 points below yesterday's close. S&P futures are down and NASDAQ futures are down as well.
Exposure to a bacterial toxin called colibactin could be triggering an increase in colorectal cancer in young people. Scientists at UC San Diego say it was 3 times more common for patients under 40 than in those diagnosed after age 70. The scientists believe the damage may happen within the first 10 years of life. They don't yet know how children are being exposed or how to stop it.
Ukrainian officials say an overnight airstrike from Russia in Kyiv killed 9 people and injured more than 70. 6 children were reported to be among the injured. Russia not commenting this morning. The attack happened hours after President Donald Trump said that Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky was prolonging the killing field for refusing to surrender the Russian-controlled Crimea Peninsula. Taking a live look now at Vatican City. Vatican City says nearly 20,000 people have paid their respects to Pope Francis. It prompted officials there to extend public viewing hours well into last night. The pontiff's body is lying in state at St. Peter's Basilica until his funeral Saturday. Around 170 dignitaries and heads of state are expected to attend.
We have a lot of cloud cover right now and some showers west and north of Madison, but today as a whole looking pretty good, similar to yesterday. We'll see afternoon sunshine, 70. Tomorrow's going to be colder with more widespread rain in the morning, early afternoon, and then the alert day for severe weather Monday and potentially into Tuesday next week.
All right, stay locked in. Savannah, thank you.
We're back in 30 minutes.